Good winter rains and a warm spring really helped the start of the growing season for the 2008 vintage. Fantastic vine vigour built a great canopy which would eventually help the fruit later on in its ripening period. Some extra rains that we had in late December and early January helped top up the soil moisture and keep the production of the vines ticking along nicely, and so we didn't have to irrigate as much as we have in the previous couple of years. The mild temperatures during mid-January and early February brought on some lovely flavour development during the early stages of our ripening period and allowed the vines to tick over quite nicely without being stressed too much. Moving into February, there's some warmer periods but still nothing too hot, and that really brought along some fantastic flavour development and started to ripen the tannins up really nicely. Shiraz harvest started in late February, and some of the early blocks showed some fantastic finesse and some great fruit flavours. Towards the end of the Shiraz ripening, around the middle of March, we had a sustained period of heat where we had 15 days over 35. Luckily for us, most of our premium Shiraz was off the vine and in the winery by that stage, and so we didn't have the Shiraz batches impacted in that particular way. A couple of the other varieties suffered some damage towards the end of that growing season. The reserve Shiraz got through unscathed, which was fantastic news and shows some fantastic intensity and flavour development because of the lovely ripening conditions we had prior to that event occurring. So the 2008 is a big, rich, ripe and bold wine. Fantastic depth of colour and fantastic intensity. On the nose, great big lashings of fruit still there. It's quite a broad spectrum of fruit flavours, from the red through to the black fruit flavours. Fruit aromas you can see on the nose. On the palate, the fruit flavours at the front of the palate are very rich, very voluptuous. They're rich and round and full. The tannins are big and ripe and intense, but very, very soft because the near perfect ripening conditions we had during late February and early March meant that the tannins got to optimal ripeness, and that has allowed them to be very rich, full, but still hang around and persist even to this day, 10 years down the track. Loads of spice, loads of caramel, loads of toast, and still some freshness and intensity that means that this wine will still go probably another 10 years, I'd say.